This is the new reality unfolding across America as prices skyrocket and shelves grow emptier by the week. Starting after May 2025, we're entering a period where even the most basic items are vanishing from shopping carts nationwide. We're talking staples, the things we rely on, things we might even take for granted. So, in today's video, we're going to break down the 10 essential foods that are disappearing fast, and why your next grocery trip may never look the same. Stick around, it's going to be a wild ride. Let's face it, some of us can't even think about starting the day without that warm, comforting cup of coffee. It's more than just a drink. It's a ritual, a moment of peace before the chaos of the day begins. But what happens when that morning ritual becomes a luxury? Imagine walking into your favorite store and seeing empty shelves where your favorite coffee used to be. The truth is, our beloved coffee is facing some serious challenges. It's not just about availability, it's about the entire ecosystem that supports coffee production. We're talking about climate change hitting coffee-producing regions hard, especially in places like Brazil and Colombia. These areas are crucial for the global coffee supply. These regions are experiencing more extreme weather, from droughts to floods, which can devastate coffee crops. The unpredictability of the weather makes it even harder for farmers to plan and sustain their livelihoods. And when the supply goes down, prices go up. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it affects economies and livelihoods. So that morning cup of joe? It's going to start costing you a lot more. The price hike is something we all will feel, from casual drinkers to coffee aficionados. The flavor and quality of our coffee could be at stake too. As conditions worsen, the unique flavors we love might become harder to find. Supporting sustainable coffee farming practices is a huge step in the right direction. These practices not only help the environment but also ensure that farmers can continue to grow coffee. Look for certifications like Fair Trade and Rainforest Alliance, which promote environmentally friendly practices and help coffee farmers adapt to these changing times. These certifications make a real difference. Who knows, you might even discover a new favorite. Exploring different types of coffee can be an adventure in itself. Or if you're feeling really adventurous, maybe it's time to try tea. Tea offers a whole new world of flavors and experiences. Okay, let's talk rice. It's a staple food for billions of people around the world, but even rice isn't safe from the coming shortages. Climate change is impacting rice production in a big way. India, one of the world's biggest rice exporters, has decided to ban exports of non-basmati rice. This export ban means that countries that depend on Indian rice are scrambling to find alternative sources, putting even more pressure on global supplies. So, that big bag of rice you used to get at the store, it might not be as easy to find, and it's definitely going to cost you more. There are so many other grains out there to explore. Quinoa, barley, farro, the list goes on. Alright, let's talk about olive oil. It's the heart-healthy fat that makes everything taste better. But this kitchen staple is facing its own set of challenges. Olive trees thrive in specific Mediterranean climates, and those climates are changing. We're talking about heat waves, droughts, and unpredictable weather patterns that are wreaking havoc on olive production, especially in Spain and Italy. These extreme conditions mean olive trees are producing less fruit, and the quality of the olives is also being affected. And when the olive harvest is bad, the price of olive oil goes up. Supporting sustainable olive oil production is crucial. Look for olive oils with certifications that indicate sustainable farming practices. And maybe, just maybe, this is a good time to try out other healthy oils like avocado oil or grapeseed oil. Time to talk about everyone's favorite snack food, potato chips. But hold on to your hats, folks, because the potato chip industry is facing a crunch. Climate change is hitting potatoes too, especially in Idaho, the potato capital of America. Extreme heat, droughts, and even unexpected frosts can damage potato crops. And when the potato harvest is bad, prices go up. So that big bag of chips you used to grab for your next movie night, it might be smaller, more expensive, or even harder to find. Maybe it's time to explore healthier snack alternatives. Air-popped popcorn, anyone? Let's spice things up a bit, literally. We're talking about spices, those little flavor bombs that can transform any dish from bland to grand. They are the unsung heroes of our kitchens, adding depth and complexity to our meals. But hold on, because the global spice trade is facing some serious heat. The industry is encountering multiple challenges that threaten its very existence. Climate change is affecting the regions where many spices are grown. Rising temperatures and unpredictable weather patterns are making it harder for farmers to cultivate these essential crops. Think about black pepper from Vietnam, cinnamon from Sri Lanka, or cloves from Madagascar. These are just a few examples of spices that are at risk. These regions are all experiencing more extreme weather, which can damage spice crops and reduce yields. Floods, droughts, and storms are becoming more frequent and severe. And if that wasn't enough, we've also got tariffs and trade disputes adding fuel to the fire. These geopolitical issues complicate the already fragile supply chains. These tariffs make it more expensive to import spices, which means those costs get passed on to you, the consumer. Prices are rising and your favorite spices are becoming luxury items. Supporting sustainable spice farming practices can make a real difference. By choosing sustainably sourced spices, you help ensure a future where these flavors can continue to enhance our lives. And hey, maybe this is a good time to get adventurous in the kitchen and explore growing your own herbs and spices. Not only is it fun, but it also gives you a fresh supply right at your fingertips. Chocolate lovers, brace yourselves, because this one's a real heartbreaker. Cocoa, the magical bean that gives us chocolate, is facing some serious challenges. Cocoa trees are incredibly sensitive to changes in temperature and rainfall, and they thrive in very specific regions, mainly in West Africa. But unfortunately, these regions are being hit hard by climate change. We're talking about rising temperatures, unpredictable rainfall, and extreme weather events like droughts and floods, all of which can damage cocoa crops and reduce yields. And when cocoa production goes down, prices go up. Supporting sustainable cocoa farming practices is crucial. Look for chocolate brands that are committed to ethical sourcing and sustainable practices. Seafood lovers, it's time to address the elephant in the room. Or should I say the fish that's not on your plate. Frozen seafood is facing some choppy waters ahead. A lot of the seafood we eat in the United States is imported from other countries, but those imports are getting slapped with tariffs, making them more expensive. And if that wasn't enough, we've also got those pesky shipping delays and disruptions to contend with. One thing we can do is focus on supporting sustainable fishing practices. Look for certifications like the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC label, which indicates that the seafood was caught in a way that's environmentally responsible. Almond alert, a nutty situation in California. Let's talk almonds. They're crunchy, they're versatile, and they're a staple in everything from trail mix to plant-based milk. But unfortunately, almonds are facing a tough nut to crack: water scarcity. California, the almond capital of the world, is in the midst of a mega drought. Almonds need a lot of water to thrive, and that water is becoming increasingly scarce and expensive. This water crisis is putting a strain on almond farmers, and it's driving up the cost of almond production. Look for almonds that are certified by organizations like the California Almond Sustainability Program. Tropical troubles. Saying goodbye to paradise produce? Let's talk about those tropical delights that brighten up our day. Bananas, avocados, mangoes, pineapples, the list goes on. These delicate fruits need specific temperatures and rainfall patterns to thrive, and climate change is throwing those patterns out of whack. We're talking about more extreme weather events, from hurricanes and floods to droughts and heat waves, all of which can damage crops and disrupt harvests. Shipping these delicate fruits across the globe is expensive, and those costs are only going up as fuel prices rise and supply chains remain snarled. One thing we can do is support sustainable farming practices in tropical regions. Look for certifications like Fair Trade and Rainforest Alliance, which promote environmentally friendly practices and fair wages for farmers. Support your local farmers markets and get creative with your fruit salads. Conundrum, the unexpected shortage of canned goods. Canned foods are like the superheroes of the pantry, always there for us when we need them. They are convenient, long-lasting, and versatile, making them a staple in many households. But even superheroes have their weaknesses, and for canned goods, those weaknesses are starting to show. The once reliable supply of canned foods is now facing significant challenges. Supply chain disruptions, rising transportation costs, and labor shortages are hitting the canned food industry hard. These issues are creating a ripple effect that impacts availability and prices. Getting those cans of soup, beans, and vegetables onto our grocery store shelves is a lot more complicated than we might think. It involves a complex network of production, transportation, and labor. So, that can of tomatoes you need for your pasta sauce, or that can of chili you were counting on for a quick dinner, they might not be as easy to find as they used to be. They might not be as easy to find, and they're definitely going to cost you more. Prices are rising as the supply struggles to meet the demand. One thing we can do is be mindful of our consumption and avoid hoarding. By buying only what we need, we can help ensure that there is enough for everyone. If we all buy only what we need, it can help to ease the strain on the supply chain. This way, we can all contribute to a more stable and fair distribution of canned goods. We've covered a lot of ground today, from coffee to canned goods, and it's a lot to take in. But the good news is, we're all in this together, and there are things we can do to navigate these challenging times. Staying informed about the forces shaping our food system is crucial. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more updates on how these changes will impact your daily life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.